ways to try to get us to make commitments to God. And if you've ever been on youth camp, there's normally a night where everybody gets right with God. I mean, everybody's crying and, we're going to go win our school, and nothing really changes. But, we just all, you remember that? And so I can remember those nights, and our youth pastor came up with these great things. Here's the problem, though. It seemed like I was the oddball. It seemed like something always happened. It never worked for me. And I just felt like I was the goofy kid. So I remember this one time on youth camp, the youth pastor said, okay, I want you to go out into the woods, and I want you to find a piece of wood, a stick, bring it back. We're going to have a bonfire. We're going to throw the stick in the fire, representing our lives, that we are going to be hot for God. We're going to be on fire for God. We're going to burn up for God. We're going to say, this is my life for God, So I went out in the woods and found this stick, tried to find one that I thought, man, this will be the best stick. This will be the best stick. So I found this really good-looking one, and I came back. Everybody was doing it, so I went up there and I said, this is my life for God. I threw my stick in the fire, it hit another stick, rolled down the hill into the lake. And it seems, in every youth group, it seems like there's a commentator, is what I would call him, Someone that just talks incessantly about everything that's going on. This guy seemed to always just follow me around. I mean, he said, oh, Robert, look, your stick fell out of the fire. Oh, it's going down. Oh, your stick's in the lake. Hey, Robert's stick went in the lake. Robert's life for God is in the lake. So, I'm going to leave it there. The youth pastor said, no, go get it. Come do it again, He tried to help me. And so I went and I got my stick, and I came back and I saw this place where I thought, oh, this is a good place. It couldn't fall out. It's just a, real thing. So I put the stick right there. I just kind of placed it in. And it just seemed like it was a prominent place, in the fire. But the problem was that my stick didn't catch on fire. All the other sticks, were burning. And I'm thinking, it must be, that it's wet. That must be what it is. It's wet. And the commentator, he says, your stick's not on fire. All the other sticks are on fire. But did y'all notice Robert's stick's not on fire? So I just So then, listen, my wife was there. Okay, she was laughing so hard yesterday in the service because she just remembers this. The fire burned completely down, and my stick was still there. And the youth pastor went up and looked at it, and he realized, he said, Robert, this is petrified wood. So out of all the sticks, I get okay, so that's that year. So the next year, he comes up with this other thing. So he brings hundreds of these Dairy Queen banana split, containers. You know what I'm talking about? Yellow and just stacked up like a little boat. And the youth staff had sat around and they'd taken some wax and they'd poured it in, and then they stuck the candle in there in the Dairy Queen banana split boat. And then we were supposed to light the candle and then carry it down to the lake. Said, this is my life for God. And then we're going to, set it in the lake, So I get this candle, I go through the line, they hand me one, but my candle keeps going out. It's like a real small wick on it, and I'm carrying along, and my candle goes out. But I don't want to say anything, so I just kind of keep going. Well, guess who's behind me in line? Yeah, the commentator. So the commentator said, wait, everybody stop. Robert's life for God burned out. So, so everyone stops, the whole youth group, they come, they light my candle, I'm walking along, it goes out again. Well, I don't want to stop, so, and I know I shouldn't do this. I know this sounds disrespectful. I just pulled my cigarette lighter out and held it up. This is my life for God. So we get down to the lake, and then I'm thinking, okay, I realize what we're going to do now. We're going to launch these little boats, and my candle will be the only one that's out. So while the youth pastor's talking, it's horrible, but I had my cigarette lighter, but I also had my switchblade knife. Now, switchblade is completely illegal. You know, you can't have a switchblade. I bought it on a youth mission trip to Mexico. I actually bought 5 and sold 4, so I was a good steward even back then. But so I pull my, switchblade knife out, and I'm trimming the wick so that my candle won't go out. And Debbie tells me I do this day. I kind of overdo things, I just do it too much, because when I lit it, with my cigarette lighter. Well, everyone else's, their flame's about like that. My flame, it's just, it's just burning, So anyway, we go down to the lake, and this is my life for God, and we put a little boat in. Well, I'm like the last one, and all the boats, there on the other side of the lake, there was this cross, and the youth pastor had lighted it, and it had these lights on it, and all the boats started going toward the cross. And I remember thinking, this is the greatest youth pastor in the world, I don't know how he made that happen, but, I guess just the wind was kind of blowing that way. But then I start something, God, please, if you've ever helped me now. Please, God, and I'll live for you. I promise. If my Dairy Queen boat will go toward the cross, Lord, I promise I'll live for you. I'll quit smoking as much, and I'll just, So I go up, my flame, is like, so I said, this is my life for God. Please go toward the cross, So I push it like this, and when I push it, it turned like that. And it started going this way. Whole youth group sent a commentator, Robert, your boat's not going toward the cross. You notice that? Everybody else's boat's going toward the cross. Your boat's not going toward the cross, Robert, So the youth pastor is standing on the shore. This is the lake, he's standing on the shore. He's talking to us, facing us. We're all sitting there, the whole youth group, over 100 kids probably, and it's all you can see. You can see all the boats going toward the cross in this one boat, going like this. And then I'm telling the truth. My wife verified this story last night. I guess because I had pulled the candle out and put it back in, I guess it didn't stick. The candle fell over, caught my boat on fire. It burned and sank. And the commentator commentated the whole, Robert, your candle fell over. Your boat's on, it sank. Your boat sank, Robert. So I'm just telling you, some humorous stories.